All right, once again, I want to say thank you very much for coming in for this very, very August Monday in June. And that is because quite a lot actually happened over the course of the weekend, and we'll be sounding off on some and overreacting to others. Let's get it started. Of course, the biggest thing that actually happened yesterday was the fact that Portugal once again came from behind, not to beat Germany this time around, but to beat the World Cup favorites, Spain, on penalties because it ended 2-2. Because the icing on the cake, some will say, has to be the fact that Cristiano Ronaldo was the one that put them in that particular stead. And Portugal will now go down as the only country to have won the Nation League twice. Let's start it off from that particular one. Portugal versus Spain. How did it play out for you, Jeremy?
Okay, so peradventure, what I saw yesterday was one of the greatest finals I think I've seen in a while, because you look at Cristiano Ronaldo and you look at the age, you look at what we saw him do for a finished player, like Ten Hag used to say. You wouldn't have expected that at 40, Cristiano Ronaldo would have been able to hit the nail or hit the ground running against Spain yesterday. And he was influential in both goals. And you look at that, he has rewritten Portugal's history. There was a talk about if you take Cristiano Ronaldo out of Portugal, there is no Portugal on the football scene.
Without a doubt.
So, and you put Cristiano Ronaldo there, then you talk about an historical side. So what we saw yesterday was just Cristiano Ronaldo writing the books and reminding everyone that despite him being 40, he's still an important figure in that Portuguese side.
All right, for you, some will blame Cucurella that a man that is almost twice your age still chance you for box. They scored that thing. Because whether you like it or not, Cucurella should take a blame for that goal going in because he thought he had it covered. And Cristiano would just say, come up for road. You know, back in the day when you used to play football, there's something they call stand where. What you do? Jerome, talk to me about that.
Like say sense pass power.
Okay.
That's what happened, because when you have a 40-year-old man in your team, the young ones will be so confident to play. For the fact that Ronaldo has achieved so much and is 40, still in that team, those younger ones, you saw what Mendes did, you saw what the goalkeeper did. Those are players that inspire a team. I think that was lacking in Spain because Spain relied on too many young players. We know young players are the ones that are trending now, but when you have a 40-years-old man, we don't achieve. Brother, age go count.
Age go count. Okay.
And he showed yesterday.
Yes, he did. I will not lie to you, he did, because I don't know what Cucurella was thinking. But ultimately, Ronaldo got the best of him. And as they say, the rest is history. But the biggest talking point was the man of the match performance. Because before the finals happened, one man was just yanni, just the run the mat. Anyhow, Yaba was saying, we go do this, we go do that. Baba C-boy raw. Because there was a time when I knew that there was problem. And let's go, as we're going to this, when I knew there was a problem was when he left his position and went to double up Nico Williams in the flanks on the left side. And I said, Wahala day. But talk to me. Was it that Lamine Yamal had a bad day, or Nico Williams just had a better day than Yamal?
For me, as we talk for worry,
Yeah.
He off light too. He off light.
Okay.
Because the guy that was marking him was a black boy, and that guy is fantastic. I think if you have players like that can curtail Yamal, that means there's a problem. Let's give it to Yamal. He's still a young boy.
He's still
and another young player get to tell and say, two of us will die here. I don't want to mess up. I think that's what happened. So let's accept the fact that he off light yesterday.
All right, you're off light for you, Jeremy. It seems the hopes of him winning that Ballon d'Or went up in smoke because Jerome had made the case for him. But yesterday, it didn't look like Ballon d'Or material at all. Instead of him dribbling Mendes, now Mendes the dribbler.
I would say for the Ballon d'Or right now, Lamine Yamal's chances are slimmer than anything.
Okay.
Because for me, it has even gone up in smoke. Because you look at what Nuno Mendes put up yesterday, that was a performance for the ages.
Masterclass.
You look at Nuno Mendes. Nuno Mendes has not just shot. He didn't just shut down Lamine Yamal yesterday. He showed the world that he can do it consistently. He did it against Mohamed Salah. He did it against Bukayo Saka. Now he's done it against Lamine Yamal. And Lamine Yamal before the match yesterday said, "I was born for this." You understand? The game started now. Baba he was looking for what he was born for. He didn't really see his actual reason for being born. Everything was just missing yesterday. I think for Nuno Mendes yesterday, fantastic performance. Lamine Yamal's performance in terms of the Ballon d'Or chances, I think it's actually gone right now because whether you like it or not, Dembele is now standing tall, and he's not just standing tall as just standing tall. He's standing twice as tall in terms of the Ballon d'Or podium.
But I know it's ridiculous. In just maybe 10 seconds, should Nuno Mendes get a shout for the Ballon d'Or?
Possibly in the top 3, but not winning.
Not at all. It's too late.
Too late?
It's too late because if you see what Yamal,
Yes.
Dembele, and the likes of them has done, I think he lights on very late. So I think let's leave it for him till next season.
Okay.
Because
Mendes actually won
right now it's between
as-
Dembele and Yamal. So with what happened yesterday, I think Dembele is up there ahead of him. But Mendes, watch out for him. Watch out for him.
All right, fantastic play, I must actually say. I'm moving away from that. And as we try to push it on, quickly, let's talk about our own star boy, Victor Osimhen. He did the unthinkable. Because some are saying that if you dilate the figures, it's about 6.5, 6.7 billion naira every week, tax-free. You collect a whole. When that alert entered, no be alert, an alarm, bam. And this guy said, no, 717,000 pounds is not enough to rock my boat. Al Hilal, I want to play in Europe. That guy get mind. Talk to me about it.
You see stuffs like this.
Yes.
Not shocked to see my to play for Al Hilal.
Or is it biding time to maybe
See.
increase the wages or something?
This is football.
Yes.
A last minute can still happen. That guy can still move. Right now, maybe somebody somewhere told him something to like, leave these people. Don't go there yet. But I can still tell you that there will still be a last minute rush. He can still go to Al Hilal. Rejecting it now does not mean the window has closed.
Yeah,
The
true.
window has not closed. So if you see Osimhen, if they bring another fee again, he might decide to go because what is he looking for? If Osimhen is playing for Swan team, he will still play in the national team.
True.
If he's playing for Swan 11, Osimhen will still play for the national team. He's the best player in Nigeria. So if he's playing in Saudi, and so he will still play in the national team. He's our best striker. So anywhere he plays, he will still dominate that Nigerian team. He will still wear the shirt. So what's the big deal about Saudi? If he wants to go, fine. If any bigger club is coming for him in Europe, top big 5, he can stay. But Saudi, brother, if my brother go, he's going to follow him. Go collect that money.
Would he regret this? Will be the big question. Down the line, when he looks back and saying that maybe I might have made like 200 billion or maybe 500 billion if I stayed for like 2 years. Will he regret this?
If Osimhen was 35 years old, 37 years old, possibly, yes, he would regret it. But Osimhen is still in his 20s. We have to remember that he still has at least...
He's 26.
Yes, he still has another 8 more years to probably renegotiate on that Saudi terms. Because whether I like it or not, Osimhen is still a Europe material. And him rejecting that money now is because he knows that there's always going to be opportunities for it. Take, for instance, now, Toni Kroos, while he was close to the end of his footballing career, he was given the opportunity to come to Saudi. He said, no, I would rather retire. So, but you're looking at Victor Osimhen. Victor Osimhen knows that whatever Saudi we give him right now, he can get later. Many of the young guys that have gone Saudi, they are coming back to Europe for cheap, for less.
For the record,
So,
sir.
so if you look at what Osimhen is doing and what he has done at Galatasaray, now he definitely knows he has to prove himself again in Europe. Because now we are talking about the top honors. Everybody's mocking him about Kwicha Kvaratskhelia winning the Champions League. He also wants to be in that conversation. He wants to bite out of that cherry.
All right.
Nothing to prove, brother. If you have played in a club like Gala, you took them to win the title, when you won the League Cup,
The double,
what are you looking for again?
Has he won the
And
Champions
listen,
League?
in the next 4 years, Osimhen will be 30 years, and they can't give him more than 1 year contract
But
in
he
Europe
can-
as a black boy. So right now, in the next 4 years, and it's short.
So are you
right
saying
now,
he should
if Osimhen has the chance to go to Saudi and collect money, like I said before, if he's playing for Ojuelegba 11 or Swan 11, he will still play in the national team.
The
He
national
will
team
still
is not
play.
the bone of the
What
contention.
does he want to win again?
The Champions
The
League is
Nations Cup. Okay? Will the Champions League bring money for him?
Well,
He has
the
played there before.
The Champions League
He has
will
played there.
nail
Players-
will nail his place in history
Listen.
as one of the most lethal
Players
forwards
like
ever.
Oscar,
Because
Oscar of Brazil, when they were in their peak, they left for China because they want
And he
to.
settled his family for life.
Tevez left for China. Big
no,
players.
but Tevez actually still made his mark in
You
Europe.
understand? So what is Osimhen going to prove again? Osimhen is a good player,
Seems like all of
fantastic
you
player.
just like this
if he
Igalo
wants,
st-
if he
Igalo
wants to go
Chapa
to,
kind of like,
if he wants to go to Saudi,
career.
brother, go to Saudi. You are still our best striker in
But at
Nigeria.
26, he still has time to go
4
to
years. If you are 30 in Europe, they'll give you only 1 year contract.
Saudi. And let him get
They will
to
say
30
it's old.
first.
Go
Alright.
and play 2 years in
Okay,
Saudi.
if I were to sound
and
off
come
on
back
this,
to Europe.
if I were to give my own opinion on it, I think Victor Osimhen should. Now, he decides what happens to him. Because if he wants glory, which I think might not happen, because there are some players that are fortunate in life. And we see them run on rails. I don't think Victor Osimhen is that kind of person. Because whatever Victor Osimhen has gotten in his footballing career till date, he has had to work twice as hard to get half of what he has gotten. So, it's hard to say this, but I'll say it. That at this time, with that ridiculous fee, he should go for it. But my own big but is, if he gets all that money, what does he want to use it for? Is the big question. Because it's not enough to say, I want to go to Saudi Arabia, I want to do this. Because question is, look at Nigerians. How many Nigerians do you know that have earned big money and have done legacy projects with those monies?
Exactly.
So what's the
It can make a difference.
no, he can start making a difference.
It can make a difference.
Because the biggest philanthropist we still have in Nigeria is Ojo Igalo. And it's not because Ojo Igalo went to Saudi Arabia or went to China. When Ojo Igalo, at this stadium, you and I know this. When Ojo Igalo did not have anything, we're talking about the Granada days. Babasi, they carry wheelchair, they can't donate them. I know how many people, when he didn't have anything, maybe when he was earning like 7,000, 8,000 pounds a week, he was giving people, he was putting people on salary.
No
So-
person wey get, they give now.
So-
Person wey they give.
So now the point is, if he gets all that money, what does he want to use it for? Because that was Latan's argument about money. If I get all this money now, we say go to Saudi Arabia and earn all this money, what do I want to use it for?
But
Because
Zlatan already earned the MLS
no, but he could
money
have, no, but the point is he could have earned more. And as I always say, as the whole PDD, what they call him, Notorious B.I.G. says, more money, more problem. Okay.
If he goes broke after football with a lot of trophies, you will be part of people that will abuse him.
Osimhen
Nigerians
is
will
not going
abuse
to go
him.
broke.
No,
All
I'm
right.
not giving you an example.
All right, so
if he goes to Saudi, makes all the money, retires in football. You know what retirements mean?
I understand.
If you don't have money, Nigerians will mock you.
Okay.
Nigeria would laugh
Okay,
at
before
you.
we actually wrap it up today, quickly, let's actually just talk on this. And we talk about race a lot, and I still think it is very rife when you see an African American, as she is fondly called, of course, Coco Gauff, actually win something. And people are coming against Arena Sabalenka for trying to diminish what she won. And that was the French Open. Because Arena Sabalenka was well beaten
Totally
across 3 sets.
Yes.
She was well beaten. Was it right for her to say that it was because she was not good enough on the day? Now, if she was on her song, if she was firing on all cylinders, she would have probably beaten Coco Gauff. That Coco Gauff won because she had an off day.
I think she's a bad loser, because if you don't make mistakes, you won't lose a game.
True.
If you are experienced enough, you know that making mistakes is costly. You should know that you should not make mistakes in such a high-profile game. For a young girl that has a lot of stamina, hunger, and very, very serious to win, because you know her background, you know where she's coming from. So such statement from such an experienced and big player shows that she's a bad loser. She doesn't want to encourage the young ones. Because I think she's so ashamed of herself because a small girl that's young enough to be her daughter beat her. For her to make such statement, I think it not makes sense, brother.
Well, as for someone that watched the match well and saw everything that happened, I think Sabalenka actually has a point. It's not about trying to diminish Coco Gauff. I remember when the first set was around 4-1, you could see Sabalenka firing on. All of a sudden, she started making a lot of errors, nasty drop shots to the net. She made 70 on forced errors. We're not talking about forced errors now. 70 on forced errors. And you look at that, and you clearly say for someone who is the best tennis player in the world right now, you should expect nothing similar to that type of performance.
Oh, my brother.
Yes. No, what I'm saying is, you're looking at, this is a 3-set game. We're not talking about a 5-set game like
My
the men,
brother,
where you
they
can still have
say that pressure.
that kind of error.
Who's
They
to
say
blame?
that pressure.
That's the point.
Who's to blame?
If you
Jeremy,
watch-
hold on,
if
Jeremy.
you
Jeremy,
Are you
hold
afraid
on.
of a young girl?
Jeremy, hold on.
A small
Now
girl.
pressure, now in the boss pipe. Now,
Pressure.
now,
God bless you. That pressure.
now, because to probably deepen this particular conversation, they've met twice at the finals. Coco Gauff has beaten her twice
at
in
the
the
finals.
finals. US Open in 2023, now in 2025 in the French Open.
Yeah.
When it happens once, a mistake. 2 times.
She didn't complain
Cannot
at
be.
the US Open.
No, that's the
difference-
point.
Why is she
the
complaining
difference
now?
Why is she complaining
the
now?
difference
Why is she
is
making
she didn't
such statements?
complain
She
either.
did.
What
She should
did
blame
is-
herself.
What she did is
She should
blamed
blame herself.
That's
No,
what
now
she
the
said.
question
No,
is,
she was talking
if
about,
she didn't,
just
wait,
talking
she-
about her being.
Now, hold on. If she didn't complain, the question would have been, why is she actually wrote a letter retracting her statement and apologizing for saying what she did.
What she said was, she said she played a very bad game. And as for someone that watched the game completely, Sabalenka played below her level. If you watch the first set, when she bruised into 4-1, that was Sabalenka. Then all of a sudden, it was almost like as if there was a mind game. And Sabalenka is someone that I think all of us knows that she battles her emotions a lot. So she was having.
Now, I should try to
who's
wrap
to
it up.
blame,
Now,
sir?
Jeremy, now, I should try to wrap it up.
Why not
Wait
congratulate
now.
the young
She's
girl?
not
Wait.
blaming her. She congratulated her
No,
twice.
And
no,
don't
but the
make
question
such
is,
statements.
so if that's the road people want to take in sports, nobody will ever agree that they actually lost.
There's a difference
because Inter Milan, you and I know this. No, even Paris Saint-Germain went into that final, not sure that they will win 2-1. Talking about 5-0. So Inter Milan will now come out and say that, no, that because we just had a bad day.
There's
And
a
then-
difference. There's a
PSG
difference.
is not good.
There's a difference
PSG is
in
not
that
good.
type
They
of-
were lucky.
No,
No.
there are games that
Okay.
make you think of things like this, right? This game is not a game of. You said she was well beaten. She wasn't well beaten. There's a difference between somebody that was well beaten and somebody that actually put up a fight. Then all of a sudden gassed out.
It was
If you watch,
the second set.
watched-
You should note.
the second set was 6-2, and
yes,
the third set
that
was
6-4.
6-4. So, but if
That
you
is
look at
well
the first set-
beaten.
No, the first set
Was
in
7-6.
Sabalenka's- Yeah, in
7-6.
And it wasn't about.
That
it
was
wasn't
it.
just
7-6
about the
7-6 was very close.
Now, what I'm
6
saying is,
well beaten.
what I'm
6
saying
for well
is,
beaten.
what I'm saying is,
From a
what I'm
young
saying
girl.
is, from the point, yeah, they are both young. Both of them are young. Sabalenka is like less than
Okay,
25 or so.
okay,
They are both young.
okay, guys, I
21,
should try
22.
to wrap
point
it.
is-
I should try to wrap it up.
When
I do
you
not
lose gracefully.
lose. That is the
You
But
that's
the point,
sport.
the point,
girl.
the point is,
Tell her,
That's
say-
the
sport.
point is,
Say
she
small, you
congratulated
try.
her twice.
That's
Twice.
how-
But she also talked about her performance. See, there's something called self-reflection.
Blame yourself for your performance.
As a
Leave the
human
young
being,
girl
as a
alone.
sports
Yeah.
person, it's normal for you to self-reflect on your performance. Everybody saw the performance. The difference between
Go home and
Sina's
reflect on
game
your
and
bad
Alcaraz's
performance.
own was, for Sina and Alcaraz,
All right.
it wasn't the same
Jeremy,
goal.
I should try to
But
wrap
she
it up
fell.
because
Go home and reflect on your bad
that is what
Leave the
it
young
is.
girl
This
alone.
is not about reflecting on bad performance.
You cannot
It's
say-
about being
She was
better.
well
Sabalenka
beaten,
has
sir.
done
She was
this
well
well.
beaten, sir.
So-
Let's leave it like that.
Well
She was well
beaten?
beaten.
yes,
Yes.
I
she
think if we
was
see a
well beaten.
rematch of that, I'm very sure that, especially in the final,
This
I'm
was
very sure this will
this
not
was
happen.
this was a rematch, by the way.
No, this one was
the
different.
rematch of 2023. So for the rematch, she still beat her again. Maybe if they beat again, she will still beat her again.
I would say that if
She
she
was
had
all
met
right again.
Sabalenka,
All right,
if she had
guys.
met Swiatek in this final,
We can never say. We can
wouldn't
never
have
know.
beaten her.
We might
She wouldn't
never
have
know.
That would have been a different game.
We might
entirely.
never
Are
know.
you sure?
We might never know.
Swiatek controls
All right,
her
all right,
emotions.
all right, guys. I want to say thank you very much. But I do not. If you lose, you lose, regardless of anything. Because as they rain for one person's side, waste on the shine for another person's side. You cannot say that and because it rain for my own side, now you make I no go walk. Because no, if you lose, that
Sack the
is it.
small girl.
Say,
Nice
you
one,
try,
no,
you
no.
try, you
No,
try.
simple.
Based on
Everybody
that,
go
I
home
would
and
try
have
to-
it.
All right, thank you guys. All right, thank you guys. Let's
Different,
happy. No. All right, lovely one there.